Hello dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to do question number 14 of your textbook on page number 142. Here in this question it is given that Dattu, Daya and Tarak are the partners of a partnership firm sharing profit loss in the ratio of 4:3:2. Here, the firm's balance sheet as on 31st March 2017 is given. It is also given that as on above balance sheet date, partners changed profit loss sharing ratio to 1:1:1. And here, revaluation account is also prepared for revaluation of assets and liabilities. Here we have to write journal entries and we have to prepare partners capital account and balance sheet after revaluation. So let's start. So here is the solution of question number 14. Here in this question our half work is done, as in this question revaluation account has already been prepared. So we don't require to prepare it. On the basis of their old balance sheet and revaluation account which is given in the question, we have to prepare partners capital account and balance sheet of the new firm, or we can say balance sheet after revaluation. So everyone is requested to please refer question number 14 of your textbook on page number 142. So first let us give effect of increase and decrease in assets and liabilities which are given in revaluation account in question in our new balance sheet. So on debit side of revaluation account, first is machinery account, which is 35,000. As asset is given on the debit side of revaluation account, that indicates that there is decrease in the value of, in the price of asset, that is machinery, by rupees 35,000. So here we will give effect in balance sheet. Here I have already prepared it to save time. So here is our machine. First I have written 80,000. This is the amount which I have written from old balance sheet, and as 35,000 is given on debit side of revaluation account, that shows that there is decrease in the amount of machine by rupees 35,000. So we will deduct it. So 80,000 minus 35,000, we will get 45,000. Then second item is given on debit side of revaluation account is furniture account, which is 5,000. That shows there is reduction in the amount of, in the value of furniture by rupees 5,000. That's why we have deducted it from the book value of furniture. So 20,000 minus 5,000 is 15,000. So 15,000 is revised value. That means value after revaluation. Then next is investment. Investment is also given on debit side of revaluation account. That's why I have deducted it. The price of investment must have decreased. That's why it is given on debit side of revaluation account. So we will deduct 3,000 from 15,000 and we will get 12,000. Then next is given in the question bad debt reserve account, 10,000. It is given in on debit side of revaluation account, 10,000 bad debt reserve. And if you check in their old balance sheet, then amount of bad debt reserve is shown at rupees 6,000. So first here we will write the amount of debtors from their old balance sheet, which is 80,000 minus bad debts 4,000 minus bad debt reserve. Here we will deduct 16,000. How did it come? Here in their old balance sheet, bad debt reserve is shown at the price of 6,000 and In revaluation account, it is shown on debit side at rupees 10,000. So here we will add 6,000 and 10,000. We will get 16,000 as bad debt reserve. And by deducting 4,000 and 16,000 from 80,000, we will get 60,000 as the final amount of debtors in outer column. Now question arises, why we will add 10,000 which is given on debit side of revaluation account? Because here 6,000 is the amount that shows that they have already provided for doubtful debts as it is given in their old balance sheet as bad debt reserve. That means they have already provided for doubtful debts. That's why it is shown on asset side of their in their old balance sheet as the deduction from debtors. Now they must have required more provisions for doubtful debts. That's why it is given 10,000 is given on debit side of revaluation account. So we will add this. So 6,000 plus 10,000 is 16,000, and if we deduct it from debtors, then we will get 60,000. Now next is stock, which is given on debit side of revaluation account in the question, which is 3,000. As it is given on debit side of revaluation account, that shows that its price must have decreased. So we will deduct it from 15,000. So we will get 12,000 in outer column. Now next is outstanding expenses. As it is a liability, that's why it is given on debit side of revaluation account. So in new balance sheet, we will record it on liability side of balance sheet, outstanding expense 2,000. Now next item which is given on debit side of revaluation account is bank overdraft interest, which is 1,500. As it is given on debit side of revaluation account, which shows that it is an unrecorded liability. That's why it is given on debit side of revaluation account. And when unrecorded liability is brought to the books, it indicates that it is a loss. That's why it is given on debit side of revaluation account. So as it is a liability, so we will show it on liability side of balance sheet as outstanding interest on bank overdraft, that is 1,500. Now in the question, let's move towards credit side of revaluation account. On credit side, first item is given land and building, which is 10,000. As it is given on credit side, it indicates that price of land and building must have increased. That is why it is given on credit side of revaluation account. So as it is increasing, so we will add it to land and building. 90,000 is the book value which is given in their old balance sheet, and as there is increase in this value, so we will add this 10,000. So by adding we will get 1 lakh. 1 lakh is the revised amount of land and building. Now next is given on credit side of revaluation account, there is creditor 6,000. As creditor is given on credit side of revaluation account, which clearly shows that now we are not required to pay our creditors. That means our liability is reducing. That's why it is given on credit side of revaluation account, which we have already studied. So here now as liability is decreasing, that's why we are deducting it. 50,000 minus 6,000, 44,000. Now next item is income receivable 3,000, which is again given on credit side of revaluation account. So income receivable means it is an asset. It is an unrecorded asset, and when unrecorded asset is brought to books, it is profit for the firm. That's why it is given on credit side of revaluation account. So as it is an asset, So we will record it on asset side of new balance sheet as receivable income 3000. Now finally, in the revaluation account on credit side, revaluation loss is given. So revaluation loss will be transferred to partner's capital account. On debit side, here it is 18,000, 13,500 and 9,000 of Tarak. As we know the concept that when there is loss, it will be debited to partner's capital account as loss leads to reduction in the capital balance. Now here we have given all the effects of increase and decrease in assets and liabilities. Now we will distribute all reserve. Here in the question, in their old balance sheet, we have general reserve and workers accident compensation fund. Workers accident compensation fund is also a kind of reserve. So all these reserves will be distributed among the partners in their old ratio, and it will be credited to partners capital account. So here old ratio is 4:3:2. So we will distribute according to this ratio. Then we will get general reserve amount is 36,000. And if we distribute according to this ratio, then we will get Dattu's amount is 16,000. Divya will get 12,000 and Tarak will get 8,000. Similarly, in the old balance sheet, amount of workers accident compensation fund is 23,000. And it is at last it is given in the information that a claim of rupees 5,000 was against workers accident compensation fund. Now remember, here entire 23,000 will not be distributed as there is claim against workers accident compensation fund, that is 5,000. So 23,000 minus 5,000, that means 19,000 will be distributed in the ratio 4:3:2. So in this way, Dattu will get 8,000 out of 19,000, Daya will get 6,000 out of 19,000 and Tarak will get 4,000. And as there is a claim of rupees 5,000 against workers accident compensation fund, it is liability for the firm. So we will show it on liability side, workers accident compensation fund 5,000. So now let's record the remaining items from their old balance sheet. Here in their old balance sheet, capital balances of all the partners are given. Dattu's capital is 1 lakh. So we have recorded it here, opening capital balance 1 lakh. Daya's capital is 50,000 and Tarak's capital is 50,000. All these are opening balance. Now from remaining item, there is 9% bank loan which is given in their old balance sheet. So it will be written as it is, 9% bank loan, 40,000. Then we have bills payable, which is 20,000. It is also a liability. Then we have bank overdraft, 8,000. Then on asset side, from remaining item, we have bills receivable. Here it is, bills receivable 5,000. Then we have cash balance 55,000. And all the other items of balance sheet, we have already recorded it at their revised value. Here, if you see in their old balance sheet, one item is given on asset side, that is last item in the question, profit and loss account. It is given on asset side. And if it is given on asset side, that means it has debit balance. And that debit balance of profit and loss account, it indicates that it is accumulated loss. So accumulated loss will be distributed among partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So let's move to partners capital account. Here it is, profit and loss account, it is accumulated loss, and as it is a loss, that's why we have recorded it on debit side of partners capital account. It will be distributed according to old profit sharing ratio, that is 4:3:2. So Dattu's amount is 12,000, Daya's amount is 9,000, and Tarak's amount is 6,000. Now we will close partners capital account. So we will find difference on debit side of partners capital account, and that shows that it is closing capital balance of each partner, which will be transferred to balance sheet. So here Dattu's capital balance is 94,000, Daya's capital balance is 45,500 that we have transferred from partners capital account, and Tarak's capital balance is 47,000. In this way, our balance sheet will get tallied with the amount 3,07,000. Now let's make journal entries for this. Here, revaluation account is already given in the question. Now, journal entries of revaluation will be passed on the basis of the posting. An effect of general reserves, workers' accident compensation fund, and profit and loss account, that is debit balance, are given in the partners' capital accounts. Therefore, they are not in the revaluation accounts, but its journal entries will be passed. Here, as you can see in the question, land and building, then creditors, receivable income, all these are given on credit side of revaluation account. Here, value of assets are increasing and value of liability is decreasing. And we know increase in assets and decrease in liability is profit for the firm. So, revaluation account is credited here by rupees 19,000, and land and building account is debited, creditors account is debited, and receivable income account is debited. So here for revaluation account, as we have applied the formula of a nominal account in this way, as there is profit because of increase in the value of asset and decrease in the value of liability, there is profit. So revaluation account will be credited. Now, as you can see in the question, in revaluation account, machinery, furniture, investment, bad debt reserve account, stock account, outstanding expense account, and bank overdraft interest account are shown on debit side. So all these are decrease in asset, and there is liability also, bad debt reserve, outstanding expenses. So outstanding expenses and outstanding interest on bank overdraft, all these are unrecorded liabilities. So as if unrecorded liability is brought to the books, in that case it is considered as loss. So in this way, as these are losses, here machine, value of machine, value of furniture, value of investment, and value of stock, that means all these value of assets are decreasing. That's why all these are shown on debit side of revaluation account. They indicate loss. So in this case, revaluation account will be debited and all these accounts, respective account, will be credited. Though separate journal entry can be passed for each transaction from the revaluation account, but here the revaluation account is given. Therefore, 3 journal entries can be passed for the effect of particulars mentioned in the revaluation account. That is, first our entry is made for profit due to revaluation of assets and liabilities. Then second entry is of loss due to revaluation of assets and liabilities. Now we will pass third entry, that is of profit or loss of revaluation account, which will be distributed between the existing partners in their old profit loss sharing ratio. So here is the entry, that is third entry is of revaluation loss. So here entry will be Dattu's capital account debit, Daya's capital account debit, Tarak's capital account debit. As it is revaluation loss, and loss will be debited to partner's capital account, and revaluation account will be credited. Now fourth entry is of distribution of general reserve among the partners in their old ratio. So as I explained it to you earlier, entry for this will be general reserve account debit to Dattu's capital account, to Daya's capital account, to Tarak's capital account. So here 36,000 is distributed among the partners in their old ratio. Now fifth entry is of for distribution of workers accident compensation fund, which is 18,000. Here also it is distributed among the partners in their old ratio. Now sixth entry is of distribution of accumulated loss, that is debit balance of profit and loss account. So here entry will be Dattu's capital account debit, Daya's capital account debit, Tarak's capital account debit to profit and loss account. So here we have completed our chapter number 4. I hope you would have understood this. And if you have understood this chapter properly, that means your 80% work is done for the subsequent chapters, that is admission of partner and retirement of partner. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.